So today we're going to meet Jim and Shannon and take a tour of their really nice van. But first, let's get to know them. So say hello to everyone.
Hello.
There you go.
Sounds good.
So tell us a little bit about your history. How did you end up in a van in the desert?
Go ahead, hon.
Okay. Well, we had decided a long time ago that when Jim retired, that we were going to travel. And we started looking into getting an RV. And the more we started looking into the RV thing, we came across your site as well as many other sites. And the appeal of the van became better and better the more we researched it, you know, as far as minimalizing everything, being able to pretty much go wherever we want to, boondock camping, and it was just, it seemed like the better decision all the way around. We don't have to worry about dump stations, we're self-sufficient, and so then the more research we've done and the more of the monotony of the 9-to-5 life became in the same mundane routine, living in a huge 3-bedroom house that we really only used the bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen out of.
Right.
And then at the end of the month, paid these outrageous bills. And we're thinking, what are we doing? You know? So the more and more we thought about it, Jim decided, okay, well, I'm going to go into a semi-retirement. And we're gonna start looking for a rig, and so that's what we did. It took us a month. We found this awesome van. She's an E350 extended. She just had 2 front seats, and
What year is it?
2007.
So you got it fairly new,
Fairly new, yeah. And right after we got her, then I decided to quit my job so we could work on her and order up what we need and begin the build.
And so you were pretty close to retirement then.
I am,
You
yes.
are retired now.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
retired now, and like Shannon was saying, all my life I've been like an adventurer and the type of person that wants to live off the grid and not want to live off the in town, in the cities, and I'm a hunter and a fisherman type person.
He's my wilderness man.
And
That's nice.
so all my life I've been dreaming of travel, not really traveling, but so much as having a cabin somewhere nice in the country and living off the grid. But you can't do that. So or I couldn't do that. So as I got older and saved up money for retirement, I was looking into the YouTube, which is all I watched was YouTube. And I type in living off the grid, and of course a lot of things come up. And I seen a lot of different people, like Shannon was saying, off of YouTube, and we saw your site and the way you explained things on building and like the batteries, and it was appealing and nice.
And understandable.
You can
it was easy to understand.
The common person could understand that. And of course I'm crafty and I know a little carpentry, and I'm like, that's me. We'll travel. We don't want the big RV where you got to find a place to park. We can park just about anywhere, and we're gonna get a van. Good, something decent, and we're going to build it the way we want to build it, using everybody's ideas.
And a lot of people will go say now then, but you can't possibly have enough room for 2 people in the van. I mean, most people think there's not enough room for 1. How can the 2 of you live in that tiny space?
Yep, we did get a lot of that from family. But you know what? I mean, Jim and I essentially hibernated in our little bedroom after work. You get home, by the time you get home and unwind, it was dinner. We weren't eating dinner until 8:30 at night, and then
Basically, we're living outside the van. We live outside it most of the time. We're living out and this is our shelter, and we made it comfortable to fit for us. We have all our needs with the solar power. We have refrigeration and
So it
And a
practically
twin-size bed, but we both fit comfortably in it.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
It works for us.
It does.
It works for us.
So it practically becomes your bedroom, and the outdoors becomes your living room and everything else.
And that's what I was saying. I'm saying, no matter where we go, wherever we're at, the whole United States is our backyard.
We
Right.
wake up one morning and we can have a beautiful lake
We
Right.
can have
as
a
our
lake,
backyard. The next morning, the mountains. You know, it's
not
a
tied.
wide
We're not
open
tied
range.
down. To, yeah.
Right. So your house may be tiny, but your backyard is enormous.
Enormous.
The biggest.
And it's just a wonderful thing. It's a thing of wonder. The mountains and the rivers, and as we were traveling, we're from the East Coast, and as we were traveling across the country, I just felt this inspiring. It was just, I had the feeling in me of what we have here, and you have to see it. Don't just say, well, I'd like to do that someday. You gotta do it, because we were doing the same thing. Boy, I'd like to do that. And finally we made this decision, do it. And since we've done it, it's big smiles every day. Every day.
and we've had several friends. Oh, I wish you're living the dream. I wish. I'm like, don't wish it. You got to take the leap and do it, and it'll be so worth it. The stress is gone. I mean, we're living happier now than ever.
And there's enough information out there
Definitely.
where anybody can do it. Just, watch a little bit of what other people are doing, incorporate it into your own style, because there's no set rules. And you get, and when you're done, it'll be a thing of beauty. It really will. Everybody has their own technique.
And I really believe if we can do it, anybody can,
Right.
Yeah, it's so simple.
You're pretty young, so how are you supporting yourself now?
Well, we took some money aside for this. I've been saving, big amounts. And we're living off of that for now, but we want to get summer jobs. We want to, work along the way to support our lifestyle.
Looking to work camping.
Work camping and other things that are available that you can check into, and it's going to happen.
And we liquidated our whole house, basically.
Yeah.
We pretty much sold everything. What we couldn't sell, we gave away, and what we couldn't give away, we had this huge bonfire.
Now, most people say that was the hardest part of the whole process. Everything else is kind of fun, but that was hard.
And that's absolutely correct, because I'm a collector, and all my life I collected you name it, I had it. And getting rid of that, I was like, oh, I don't want to get rid of it. But I did it, and you know what? I'm glad I did it. And there's still more things that I need to get rid of out of Gypsy here to lighten the load and make more room for other things.
And Shannon, so you weren't much of a
I'm
typical...
always a less is best kind of girl. I'm not one of those women that need a lot of things. Less is best. I don't like clutter. I don't like stuff. So all I need is what I need. That's it.
So this had a natural appeal to you.
Yes.
The simplicity of it.
Yes.
And that was great for me. It made it easier. I didn't have to,
Convince
think,
me.
think, well, does she need this? She's my wife, and I want her to be happy, and it's been easy. It's natural.
Yeah. Because I've had girlfriends say, how could you do that?
And
It
then
is
them
so
same
easy.
girlfriends will say, now that they've seen us on the road,
I want to do that.
I want to do that. And we say to them, well, plan. You got to plan for it. You can't just do it in a week or in a month. I mean, we've been talking about it for a few years and really saving for it. And when it come down to, well, okay, we're going to do it. It took us, we didn't go buy the first van we saw. We went through several, dealerships looking for vans, and then we found the right one, and And from there it started. And it was like a slow start. You know, like the first thing I put in was the vent fan and then tried insulating. But once we started putting the wood to it and it was starting to look like something, you don't want to stop till it's done.
Right.
Yeah.
Once the
That is the
framework
fun part.
started.
And that was real fun. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Well, so everyone always wants to know the basics. You live in a van, you don't have a bathroom, you don't have a shower. So how do you stay clean, especially Shannon? Because women are a little more specific in that area.
Well,
So how do you stay clean?
Well, very easily. I have many sanitary wipes, but we have a sink with running water, so I can sponge up when I need to. On a nice warm day, we have a shower tent.
Right.
We have a water system on top. All we need to do, he can warm up some water, throw it in the tube, and I've got a shower head to hook up, and I've got a nice private shower.
Yeah. And it works well. It works real well.
So you saw that the minimum you would need would be running water in a sink, and so you provided that.
Yes. Yeah. Just a simple little stainless steel bowl, and I had a pump from what you would use in a boat from marine supply type places. It's a 12-volt system, and it was easy to do. Everything was easy to do, actually. Yeah.
You don't need to be a master plumber, just basics.
Just basics, yeah, the whole thing. Even wiring our solar. I never done that before, but by watching and getting the ideas, and I went at it, and it all went together nice. Yeah.
Well, let me throw in here, folks, that we are going to take a look at his hot water system he has on his roof in a separate video. So stay tuned for that. And that was really a brilliant idea, because that's most women's major complaint is like washing your hair.
Right.
And that's working out okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah. If a woman can, take care of those basic things, she's content.
Yep.
Right.
Especially like you have the natural inclination towards simplicity and minimalism.
Mm-hmm.
So that raises the really big question:
Okay.
how do you go to the bathroom when there's a couple in a van?
Well,
It's a lot of love.
it's a lot of love, a lot, and it's a natural thing. So, it's a natural thing, and it's
It's no big deal.
It's
It's
not a
really
big deal.
We've made it such a big deal.
It's
Right.
not a big deal.
It really
It
ain't.
isn't.
It really ain't. You think, 200 years ago, they didn't have inside plumbing. You went into, even I've used outhouses, and now they make portable outhouses. And it's basically the same,
It is.
basically.
And the funny thing is we started with the bucket, and then I decided to order that for 3.2 gallon.
A porta potty.
And
porta
quite
potty.
honestly, it was just
Taking up room.
It was taking up room, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just as happy as going in the bucket.
I'm like, I said, we'll have to lift that, and then it gets full, and it'll get heavy, and let's try the bucket. And we use a little kitty litter. It absorbs, and everything works fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a big fan of the bucket, and most people are just horrified at the thought. But the reality is, it's just not that bad.
It
No,
ain't.
it's not.
Not at all.
It's no big deal.
No
It's
big
not.
deal.
Well, every living creature, eliminates
And that-
waste, and we are just living creatures.
That's right.
It's a natural thing.
It takes a couple of minutes. It's all done, and go on with your day.
Yeah.
That's all.
Don't let it dominate your whole life.
No,
Which it does in this country.
Right.
For us, for me, being an outdoors type person, I had no problem. Had some concern with Shannon, but she adapted to it quick. Yeah.
I was never one that was very shy, so it's all good.
Okay, good. Yes. And if you can have it's all attitude, really.
It is.
It is all attitude.
It's all
If you
attitude.
think you can't possibly do it, then yeah, you probably can't possibly do it.
Right.
So.
Right.
And then another big question. So really, you're just going around your house and you're replacing the bathroom and the shower and the toilet. And the next thing would be the kitchen. You cook. Do you cook here in the van?
Oh yes, we cook in the van. We cook out of the van. We have a little portable table set up on a side. Or if it's a bad rainy day, we have a little alcohol-type stove, a butane stove, and it's soup day that day. You
right.
don't have to cook a big pork chops and potato. Little can of soup, grilled cheese, just fine. And people eat that every day anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't go to the fast food things. You make your own. It's homemade.
Right.
And there's nothing better than homemade.
Nothing better. Yeah, absolutely.
And you
Yeah.
adapt your eating habits living on the road too, and we get all our nutrients.
In fact, you eat healthier.
I find that I am eating healthier.
We are. We're eating healthier. Since we started the build on the van in the end of May, I've lost some weight. And that's good. I cut out on the sugar. We used to drink Kool-Aid full of sugar. Now we drink just water or a little lemon, and that's fine. Fine. None of the fast foods and the sugar we used to do and that. And we're healthier. I walk, and it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Most people find their health, their weight dropping and their health improving out here.
And that's true, because it has. Even Shannon's
Except
mom's
for me, I've gained weight, but
Well,
that's a healthier thing for me.
Shannon's
Oh.
mom even said, "Boy, she's looking better because she was thin, and now she's putting on a few, looking good,
I
Looking
feel better.
healthier.
I
looking
feel
healthier."
better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're away from the stress.
That's a lot of it.
Yes.
That's a big part of it. It's amazing how you'd come home from that job and then you'd be kind of miserable. Since we got away from all that, it's been smiling. You feel better and energetic, and
Yep.
I have, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And stress has a remarkable impact on our health,
it does.
mental and physical, and in every way.
In every
Emotional.
way, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't have all those conversations running around in your head. He said, she said, the boss said,
Yeah.
traffic and I bet you really miss driving to work every day.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
That was always my favorite thing in life.
Driving to work and here we go, and then all through the day, and then coming home, and then you have house care. You have to take care of
Right.
a big old house,
Yard.
and the yard work you have to do, and now our yard is, you let it be what it is, the
Right.
natural beauty of it. Yeah.
Right. And your cost of living, of course, you haven't really done it long enough to know, but the money you need to spend to live must have dropped tremendously.
Yes.
Big time.
By
Big.
thousands, actually.
Thousands.
By thousands. I mean, where we live in the Northeast, in the wintertime, you're paying, $1,500 a season just to heat the house. Plus, I'd cut wood for the fireplace and the wood stove, so I'm doing that. And we lived in a borough where we had a town tax and a borough
Double
tax, and
taxed
so
on
you get
everything.
double taxed, and you lose all of your electric bill. I'm living off the grid now. I don't pay an electric bill. I don't pay a water bill. I don't
So-
pay. My water bill is I buy a couple gallons of water a week, or what I need for the week, and it's really cheap. I don't pay a sewer bill. I don't pay electric bill. I don't pay heat bill. I don't pay cable TV. And we're fine. You don't need television and internet now. You can get on the go. So we're set.
So another question people have is, aren't you bored? I mean, you're sitting out in the desert. What do you do all day?
Not at all.
I'm not bored at all. There's so much to look at, and every different place is going to have something different. Now we went down the East Coast on our start, and we went into Florida, and we went to American Beach in Florida, and that was supposed to be a free camping there. So we went. That was our first stop. It was there, and I have fish poles, and we went out to the beach, and I started throwing my fish pole out. And you know what?
I ate fish every night.
We were eating fish from how fresher can you get it?
Right?
Caught that day by your hands.
You're right. And plus the the different things you've seen, and the beauty of that, and the water was nice. Yeah. that was, and then from there, then we traveled, west, and since then it's been an adventure. We did a little stop in New Orleans. That was nice. It's nothing I would like to stay at long. We stayed there, and then from there we stopped where the Alamo is, and to see that. But our real thing was to get to the RTR and meet some people that are doing the same things and learning more.
Right.
Yeah.
And so probably one of your concerns was that you would be lonely. Has that been an issue for you?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all. For me to meet someone, it's pretty easy for me. I'll say hi, and you get you just know, and and especially a camping group, it's in you. If you're that type of person, then everybody should get along nice.
There's definitely a camaraderie
Mhm.
amongst
Yeah.
the people, and that's what I was looking for as well,
Yes.
and I found it, so I'm very, very grateful.
And when you were at home in your house, Shannon, were you mostly, you worked so much you didn't have much time to spend with others,
Right. I think I was lonelier then.
right?
I really was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't have many friends, I'm busy at work, and then you're home and bed and up, and same old routine over and over
And
again.
they're all just as busy, so you really never have a chance to connect with each other.
Exactly.
Even at the end of a tiresome day, it's like, oh, I should call so-and-so. But you get so worn down, you don't get to make that call sometimes. And it's,
Mhm.
it's life, I guess.
So you rolled in here and just happened to fall in with another small group, and man, there's a little town of you down there.
Yes, and it's
Your own
wonderful.
community.
It's beautiful. I mean, we're helping. There's projects going on, and do you have? Yeah, I have this. Use it to. Colvin's doing a install over there. He needed a couple tools and a jack, and I happen to have it and borrow it. And then at nighttime, we have a nice campfire, and everybody tells their stories and talk, and you get to know each other more.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a one hand washes the other type, feeling. If I have something you need, it's yours. If I need something, I know they're going to help me.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's a really great community of people.
It really is.
It's a real relaxed feeling. It is no pressures. You get up, you have your breakfast, take your time. There's no time, no rules, no.
You know,
The
and
sun
it's-
comes up, the sun goes down, and in between, you got it.
And you can have as much private time as you want, or you can
Right.
spend as much time in the group as you want.
Sometimes you need to be alone.
Sometimes
That's just the way it is.
that's the way it is. Yes. Yeah.
And so you get into nature's rhythm with the sun and the setting and the community. It just becomes very natural and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. You do get into that rhythm. Yeah. I like it. I went for nice walks around, and I can't wait to explore other places.
Mhm.
I feel, there's so much of this country to see, and I've only seen a tiny bit of it so far. Yeah, I can't wait to move on.
Yeah, and if you work at it the rest of your life, you would never see everything. And you would never see it well enough.
Absolutely. You can't go take a plane and say, I'm going to go here and see this. That's, to me, is more commercialized, and the best way to do it is to hop in some wheels and travel at your own pace, stop when and where you want to stop. And with this van life like we're doing, our home's with us all the time. Everything, and we want to stop, eat, we eat. We want to stay a couple days at this place, we stay a couple days and move on. Yeah.
Well, let me wrap up with these two last questions. What do you like most about moving into a van and traveling so far?
Go ahead.
What I like most, I suppose, is our freedom, the less stress, and being able to do what I want, when I want, travel how we want.
One of the things I like the most is the wonder of it all, of the beauty of the land. Basically, that's the new things I'm seeing, the land, the country, the land and the country. This is what I like the most, the outdoor natural, the living trees and different bushes, cactuses, rivers, and even the deserts. That's it for me, is the new, just the wonder of it all for me is what it is. Yeah,
Different scenery.
yeah, the different scenery.
Okay, so then the next question then would be, what do you regret? I mean, what would you change? You would warn. What's your warning to people who are considering this?
That's a tough one. I don't feel like I have any regrets as of yet.
I have no regrets. I would say, make sure you plan well. I mean, you need to survive, and things cost money, so
Always have a backup plan.
have
I
a backup
suppose.
plan.
Have an
yes.
emergency fund or a backup plan, because you never know.
Right.
Anything could happen. But I
Other
really
than
have no regrets.
no regrets. The thing is, don't talk about it. Do it.
Do it.
All right.
Just do it.
Have a plan, put it in motion,
Have a plan. Put it in motion. Right.
which is what you did. You didn't
Exactly.
just jump in. You
No.
took a couple of years. You thought it all through.
Right.
You did it as well as you could.
Right. It's nothing to jump into. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay,
I love
Bob.
your story and your enthusiasm, and I think you just a lot of people out there are going to really enjoy hearing from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, is it okay if we take a look around your van?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.